Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi.
Is this blinking green?
No. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure that my microphone is on.
Hi.
So, let's do name. Today, my name is going to be. Is that a real person? No.
Joe Exotic, he changed his name. Joe.
Uh,
Joe Palmer. Hey, Joe Palmer. Yeah, Chris, I've seen that. This dude had a pig and he named it Chris. He named it.
Nody McNoteface. Okay. So, here's something that we mentioned yesterday in class, or not yesterday, but in the lesson the other day at class. So the concept of a term, we were mentioning that a lot as far as a term goes. Now, in your vocab that you had to do, either online or written out, there were two different definitions of terms. And the one that applies to this one the most, which is a combination of both definitions, is each number or solution in a sequence. And from yesterday or the last day of class, a sequence is when you all the numbers that you had to do for the homework last night. A sequence is what was given to you. You just had to simplify it. Because when you simplify something, you're not answering it because it's not asking you anything. If there wasn't a question, how can there be an answer? So simplifying a sequence is what you're doing today as well as the previous lesson. So what are like terms? And I like to put this into middle schooler speak. What are like terms? What are like terms? What are like terms? Well, true. Even people without not coming from the valley speak like that. What are like terms? Think about what the word like means. And it's not the way that we use it in our vernacular when we have a filler, the same way that I just said a second ago. When we say like terms, we mean terms are similar because they share the same variable or product of variables. And remember, whenever you have a coefficient, like for example 7b, that's a product. The multiplication symbol is not needed there because the coefficient 7 and the variable b, that's multiplication together. So that's why they have a product of variables. So the number 5 and the number 9 are like terms. The number 5 and 3a are not like terms. Because if you have the number 5 and you have 3 apples, you can't add the number 5 to 3 apples and make more apples. For this one, we have 3 apples and 901 apples. Those two are like terms. That's a lot of apples. You're very hungry, or you're selling them. So for this one, we have 215x and 8y are not like terms. They are not like terms. We have 215 x-rays and we have 8 yams. You can't put those together and get x-rays of yams that are 223. Okay? For this one, we have 10mn and 32mn. Those are like terms because they have the same variables. They have the same variables, so they are like terms. We have 3M, which is a crazy huge company, and 8mn. Those are not like terms because one of them has an M, the other one has an MN. Yes, sir? 3M, it's like an adhesive company, but if you were to look at, I believe Post-its are a 3M company. It's a lot of adhesive stuff like tape, but there's also a whole bunch of other science-related stuff that's related that they make. Yeah.
Because I like watching them.
Yeah.
Right-handed.
Yeah. I'm a lefty. That's why I always have to move this away from where the other teachers are in the classroom. Yes, sir.
I'm left-handed, but I was so stubborn and I wanted to do stuff like the other kids and people that are
Mm-hmm.
stuff I
Yeah, it's the way that English is written is not designed for lefties. So when is an answer written in simplest form? When all terms, well, actually, I'm going to all like terms. Sorry, like terms are combined. It's when all like terms are combined. That's a horrible dump. When all like terms are combined. Tuesdays on NBC. In class practice. Part A. If terms are not alike, we cannot add or subtract them. So if you have, can we add 8A and 3A? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yes, we can. Because if you want to put a tangible noun with that, if we have 8 apples and then we have 3 more apples, we have 12 apples. 12 apples. 11 apples. Yes. And it's in its simplest form, we have 11A. For number 2, can we add 6A plus 11AB? Can we? No, we cannot.
Why does that look like we're studying the right number?
Oh, yeah, it does. It's the same way it's spelled that way. We cannot. No. And since we can't add them, that's already in the simplest form. If we have 6 apples, and someone gives us 11 awkward bananas, it doesn't increase how many apples we have. Can we subtract 7A minus the number 2? No. If we have 7 apples and someone's like, hey man, can I have $2? It doesn't reduce how many apples I have. So, no. Can we add 32x and 3y? No, we cannot. If we have 32 x-rays, let's just say we're a nurse. We have 32 x-rays. If someone were to come into to my desk and give me 3 gams, that doesn't increase how many x-rays I have. So, no.
Why would one nurse need 32 x-rays?
Nurses take care of a lot of patients.
Why would one nurse need
32 nurses and 30 structures.
Right, if we had an N, yeah. Can you subtract 81B minus 2B? Yes, we can.
Wait.
If you have 81 bananas and someone goes, hey, can I have 2 bananas? That's possible. So, yes. And what's 81 bananas minus 2 bananas? Yeah. 79 bananas. 79B.
Wait, if we have 82 bananas,
We could do that, but let's not. I don't want to think about it subtracting babies. So, all right. Can we add? Yeah, they were adopted from an adoption home. Can we add 17H plus H? Yes, we can. Now, you don't see a 1 here. You don't see a 1 there. But if there's a single H, what is 1 times H? 1 times H. It's just H. You have an H. Okay, that is the identitive property of multiplication that we had with lesson 1. So you don't have to write the 1H. You just need to put H in there if you are simplifying. And that's inferred that you know that there's only 1 H there. So I have, is it, yes? Ew, that's a horrible yes. So if I have 17 hours and I get 1 more hour, how many hours do I have? 18. 18H, all right.
No, you said H so many times. Have you ever said a word so many times where it doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
That's what
It's like the word the.
Say it.
It's like the word the. If you type it enough, there's no way that the is pronounced like that. Te? Te? Scent? Yeah. All right, I'm probably driving my remote kids crazy right now because they're getting this lesson recorded instead of it live today. So, part B. Try writing these expressions in simplest form. Try underlining like terms in the same way. I'm actually going to circle them. So it's easier for you to see. But underlining them also works. So for number 1, we have 6m plus the number 3 plus m. When you circle the like terms, I want you to circle also the operation that's in front of it. And that'll come in part C. So I have 6m plus 3 plus m. How many m's do I have there? A total of 7, yes. A total of 7. So I have 7 m's,
That's 7 monkeys.
7 monkeys, and then I have a number 3 that I'm holding on to. Minions? Yep. And if you add $3 to your minions, it doesn't increase your amount of minions. It just gives them $3 to fight over.
No, it increases the value of the minions by 3.
I have the number 20. I'm adding 9 to it. I have 4AB. That's not a like term, so I'm not going to circle it or underline it. And then I'm going to add 1 more to it. So 20 plus 9 is 29. Plus 1 is how much? Yeah, 30. Plus 4 alphabets. Well, 4 awkward babies. It's where
Apple bananas.
yeah it's where you ask them to stop crying and they're like, wait, what? Apple babies. Babies made out of apples. Now for this one we have 2 different variables. So I'm going to circle 28k. Let's find another k. I'm going to change the color just so you guys can see it, but you guys can underline the J. I'm going to circle it in a different color just because of, like, people can't see me right now when they're watching this lesson. You can underline the J's. Now, I can do this in any order that I want to because from lesson 1, the additive property, the associative property of addition says if I add 5 plus 2, what's 5 plus 2? 7. Now, if I take 2 plus 5, what do I have? It's still 7. So you can have these in any order. Okay? So I have K. I'm going to go back to purple just so you can see what I'm doing. 28K plus 10K. How many kangaroos do I have? 38 kangaroos. Then I have 2 jack-o'-lanterns, and I'm adding 11 jack-o'-lanterns to it. 13 jack-o'-lanterns. And I've taken care of both of those that I need to. Because I can't combine the kangaroos with the jack-o'-lanterns to make, in a smoothie, some sort of kangaroo lantern. Kangaroo lantern? So for this one here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to underline this here. I have a 2N. So I have 2 noodles. I don't have any more noodles there. I'm going to change colors because I'm demonstrating this for, like 100 kids eventually. Then I have 3 pineapples. The next one that I have that's a like term, I'm going to have 8 more pineapples. And then the thing that's the best to try to remove from your life is 9 negative people. Try to avoid the negativity in your life the best that you can. So I'm going to go green. So I have two noodles still. I'm going to add the next one in line. Once again, you can have this in any order. I have 3. What's the tangible noun I gave for 3? Was it pineapples? Pumpkins. Did I give it? It was pineapples? Okay. So I have 3 pineapples, and I'm adding 8 more pineapples to it. So now I have 11 pineapples.
11 negative people.
You know, why don't I do this in the same color that it represents?
11 negative people. Where is it?
Right. 2n plus red. Was it nasty? Plus 11 pineapples.
Maybe if you give pineapple.
9 negative people, 11 pineapples, then they'll be non-negative.
Especially if they like pineapples, they'll be more positive, yeah. Plus those 9 negative people.
No, you don't plus those 9 negative people.
So I'm changing color, and that's only so you guys can see exactly where those are coming from. All right, for number 5, we have 68, just the number 68. Yes?
I have a question. Does it matter what order number 4 is?
No, it does not, because 5 plus 2 is 7. 2 plus 5 is 7. Yep. Yep, I will accept all of those. It doesn't matter what color it is, or what order it's in. For simplicity reasons, whatever like term that you have first and then second, notice how I went from the blue here to the red, so blue and then red and then brown. That was the order that I saw it, so I'd recommend doing that. Do you need to? No. Would I recommend it? Yeah. All right, so we have the number 68. Then we have plus 44b. That is not a like term, so I'm not going to circle it. And then we have the number 32. 68 plus 32 is what, everyone? 100. 100. Uh-oh. 100 plus 44 bananas. Oh, biscuits. I like that. I like that word. I like the word biscuits. I use the term bisquick as an expletive. Like whenever something happens, bisquick. All right, for this one here, we have, once again, multiple terms that we can't combine. I'm going to circle 5a. I'm going to find other a's plus 9c, plus 29a, and I don't have any more a's. The next one that I find, I would recommend doing like a square for this one, since you guys are all using pencil like you're supposed to. The triangle is a good one. However, you have to make a triangle really big in order to get the sign in there. So I'm going to do a square. Yeah. Yeah, if you indicate like what is a like term in any way you want to, I've had students in the past use highlighters, different colored highlighters. Any way that you indicate for yourself what is a like term, that's all good. That's all good. So I have a 9C. Okay, there's the 9 cats. I see 4 biscuits, another biscuit, and then 4 more cats. I'm going to leave the biscuits not circled because that's the thing that is different from the others. Since I used brown for that one, I'm going to use brown for this, just so you guys can see it well. I have 5 apples plus 29 apples. How many apples do I have? 34 apples. 34A. Then, how many biscuits do I have? Yeah. I have, adding the 4 biscuits, and I add 1 more biscuit, 5 biscuits. Oh, we can do 9C. Sure. Yeah, we can do 9C. You can do either one, but I do want to stay consistent, so thank you for pointing that out. Let's do how many cats we have. You've always been smart. I have 9 cats. Someone asks me to take care of 4 cats, because if you have 9 cats, you might as well have 30. So we have 9 cats plus 4 cats, which is going to be how much? 13 cats.
Well, you have 9 cats, then it's just irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, if you have 2 cats, it's just the same as having many more. Yeah. Not true, but
I mean, not
yeah.
necessarily. They don't.
Are there any questions about Part B? No? All right, let's continue along. It's 9:30 right now. Part C. Try writing these expressions in simplest form. This part is referring back to the first chapter that we did this year, which is chapter 3. I want you to circle the sign as well. I'm going to do number 4 with you, and then I want you to do, after that, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So I have a common term here of a y, another y, and another y. I have -6. I owe somebody 6 yams. If I owe somebody 6 yams and they give me 8 yams, how many yams do I have?
14. You said you have 6 or something?
I owe them 6 yams.
Oh, you owe them 6 yams, so you have 2 yams.
I have 2 yams left. Yeah. So that's a horrible real life example. But I have a -6 yams. I get 8 yams. That means that I actually have 2 yams. Sweet potatoes are delicious, okay? Then, after I have 2 yams, I have -2 yams. I give somebody else 2 yams. How many yams do I have?
0.
I have 0 yams left. So I want you to take about 90 seconds or so to start 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. It might be just over 2 minutes. All right, we got about 20 more seconds, then we're going to start going over this because some of you are D-U-N done. Just kidding, D-O-N-E. That's out of nowhere. All right, let's get the. I'm gonna jump in. So you can pause where you're working, or you can look up here after we go over these. But I want to give you some time to work on your homework, and also so this lesson isn't too long for people that are out of in person. So we have the number 11. We are adding 1 yam to it. And then we are taking away 1 yam from that. So what do we have? We just have 11. Exactly. We just have 11. We have the number 31. We're going to subtract 6 from that. Then we have 4 jars of apple butter. Then we are going to subtract the number 2 from that. So for this, we need to do 31 minus 6, because that's the one that I indicated as being a like term. 31 minus 6 is 25. 25 minus 2 is 23. And I still have those 4 jars of apple butter. And I need to stop by the pumpkin patch now, I think, on the way home today. The one that's, the Wrinkle Farms. Yeah. Yeah, so is my wife's family, because they're also farmers. So we have on number 3, we have 17 kangaroos. And then the 17 kangaroos that we had, we were nursing them back to health, and we brought them back into the wild. What you got? Yes, I think so. Oh, yeah?
How do you know it's in the world?
So we have, to go back to math here, we have the 17 kangaroos that we were taking care of, that we were nursing back to health. 10 of them go back into the wild. So I had 17. 10 more were released, or 10 were released into the back into nature. How many do we have still that we're taking care of? How many kangaroos are with us? 7. We have 7 kangaroos. Next we have -2 jack-o'-lanterns. Then I get 14 jack-o'-lanterns. How many jack-o'-lanterns do I have? 12. We have a positive 12 jack-o'-lanterns. Yes, sir? Z is very similar to it, the algebraic Z. Let's get a color that people can actually see. So that's a Z. That's a 7. That's a 2. And that's an algebraic 1. Thanks. Number 2, number 7. Yeah, that's why I put that cross on there, because you see it mostly like in when people write in Russian. Okay. Number 5, 71 is a like term with the minus 11, because those are just numbers. So 71 minus 11 is 60, and then we have 44 babies that were born this month. You wouldn't have BB, because that would be B squared. We have a -3a, a 26a. The next like term that I have is 7c and a -c. I'm circling the operation as well to make sure that I can translate that better. And then I have 9 baseballs, and I get 1 more baseball. Now this is one where showing your work would be beneficial to you. Once again, I do not need to see your work for this assignment. It's just going to be on Schoology. I'm going to make it during 4th period, maybe 5th. Plus 56a. I'm going to go use red so you can see what I'm doing.
I like how they let us use the calculator so we can see it's less. Let us use it on the hard one.
Plus 7c minus c. Here's brown. Plus 9 baseballs. Plus b. Oh, what did I do there? Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Sorry, people watching at home. 26a. So from this point, I'm going to simplify the negative 3a plus 26a. From chapter 3, the second week of school, what is negative 3a plus 26a? Yeah. Yep, I heard you. Yeah, 23a. I have 23 apples left. Then I have 7 cats, and someone was lonely, and I gave them 1 cat. How many cats do I have left? If I give them 7 cats, or if I have 7 cats, and I let them hang out with one of my cats, I have 6 cats left. Cats left. Oh my goodness. Well, that happens. I have 9 baseballs. Someone gives me 1 more baseball. How many baseballs do I have? Biscuits? Okay, I have 9 biscuits. Someone gives me another biscuit. Sanitarily.
You have 10 bananas.
I have 10 B. Are there any questions about this lesson? Oh, thank goodness. All right, so I love you guys. Your homework is on the back. Bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.